When I came back to the house, as you know, Gerald was gone, and I was devastated. Gerald was kind of the only reason why I wanted to come back. I wanted to make up with him. I wanted to say I was sorry. I wanted to, whatever comes along with us being back to normal, I wanted to do that. But he wasn't there. And I drilled and drilled and drilled and drilled the staff members to try to get information about his whereabouts, to try to get any kind of information where I can contact him and try to get him to come back. But he ran away. And there's kind of nothing I could do about it. The funny news about coming back to the house is there was a new boy. One of my kind. He was a gay boy. And it was funny, when I came back, some of the staff members were like, oh, you got some competition now. And when I met him, he was white. His name was Jim. He was a ginger. Totally red hair. Freckles. Pale skin. He looked like Ron Weasley from Harry Potter. He was average. He was not attractive to me at all. And he was older than me. And he was more sassy. Jim was funny. Jim was a fairy in every sense of the word. And he was cool as hell. We took to each other like this. We chit-chat and talked and became friends. This was a kindred spirit. This was somebody who, I could relate to. Neither one of us played sports. Neither one of us did any of the stuff that the other boys did. We loved to, kiki. So, eventually, me and Jim became roommates. We tried on clothes. We went shopping together. We did all the stuff that Judies do. I told Jim about my relationship with Gerald and how he ran away and how we got in a fight and how I got kicked out the house the first time. Jim told me about his past relationships and the issues with his exes and all this kind of stuff. And when he started to mess around, when I started to mess around, we just shared story after story after story after story. And we just clicked. It was fun. It was, somebody messed with Jim. I was there to talk shit and, be right there with him, trying to fight. And the same thing with me. We were like two peas in a pod. We were like sisters. And it was just fun. Like, I would do Jim's hair. He would let me cut it, freeze curl it, spiral curl it. Whatever. We had curling irons, roller sets, whatever. He would let me do whatever to him. It just was fun. And when we became roommates, it just was perfect. We would stay up playing spades. We would just have a good old time. It was refreshing because I had somebody there with me that I could relate to, that was like me, that has thoughts like I did. So one night, I'm super sleepy and I end up going to sleep early because, you know, it was boring as hell. It was probably like a Tuesday or a Wednesday. Everybody was home. Some guys were in the basement playing pool. Some of the guys were playing the video games in the living room. Everything was just a chill, quiet evening. Nothing was, you know, nothing would stand out. That's why it was boring, and I went to sleep early. So I get into bed and I fall asleep. I wake up and I feel wet. And then I feel movement on my right side. I don't jump up. I just kind of open my eyes. And I look down, and Jim is sucking my dick. My sister is giving me some head. And it's kind of feeling good. And it continues to feel good. And continues to feel better. And continues to feel better until I just nut. Like, wow. No one prior to this had ever given me oral sex to completion. Somebody had done it, but it wasn't, I usually was the person giving it. And when I nutted, I didn't say anything. I just rolled over and went back to sleep. 2 nights later, I go to sleep, I wake up, Jim is sucking my dick again. Same thing happened. I bust in his mouth and I roll over, go to sleep. This happens for probably about 2 weeks. Until one of the nights, Jim was tired of sucking my dick. So, Jim lubed up, got on top of me, and rolled me till I nutted. There was no words exchanged in this. There never was words exchanged in the hookup, in this sexual experience. It just would happen. I would lay there, I wouldn't stop it, and I would nut, roll over, and go to sleep. No words was exchanged. And that's what would happen. It wasn't until like a month later that, now mind you, in the midst of this month, when we would wake up the next morning, it would almost be like it didn't happen. Like he would go back to normal. Like he would just go back to normal. Like in my mind, I'm like, bitch, I know you sucked my dick last night. And you're just acting like, oh girl, hey girl, da 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 da. And I'm like, hey. It was weird. All of this was kind of strange to me. It was strange. I had never, prior to this, I had met other gay boys, but none of them came on to me. None of this happened. We all would just be, we know what we like. We like the boys. So I had never had this experience before. And since he was acting like it didn't happen, I act like it didn't happen. And throughout the month, that's what happened. Till it got to the point, I don't know. I started to feel weird about it. It started to I don't know. I can't tell you the feeling. I can't describe the feeling. But, well, I'll try. I felt like this was an inappropriate relationship for some strange reason. This was an inappropriate thing. I felt like I was being taken advantage of, even though we were the same age. Well, he was a little bit older than me, 2 years older than me. I felt like, why aren't we discussing this? Like, why are you just waking me up in the middle of the night, sucking my dick or riding my dick, and this, what is going on? I don't know. This is weird. And so, this particular night, I was playing sleep. I wasn't actually asleep this time. And here goes Jim, the Ron Weasley lookalike, creeping over to my bed. I hear his footsteps on the carpet, coming over to my bed. I feel his hand coming up against under the covers to grab my piece to suck it. And I take my hand and move it to stop him from doing it. And he freezes a little bit, tries to do it again, and I move his hand and move it like this. And he freezes. He gets up from my bedside and goes back to his bed and lays down. In the morning, he acted like his normal self, and he never tried to do it again.